Guys, this is take 5. Either I'm knocking shit down, or you can't see me, or anything else. So, a take 5. So as you can see, I'm not in a normal area. Usually, I'm in the garage, or second area is the back bathroom. This is our retro front bathroom. As you can see, we've got some black tile up here. The predominant color is some pink tile over here. Then we got some pistachio-ish trim with black, almost almond inlays in the middle. We got a oh shit bar here. We got an oh shit bar over there, as you can see. And glass encased shower. At the bottom of one of these is cracked. But it's been cracked for a while. This was a as-is household thing. You can see, if I move this, you can see, after that, I pulled away too far. That's my bad. But that blue tape is covering a hole. Give me a second. This video is a mess. So far, because I keep forgetting that I'm attached to a headphone, and I usually don't use headphones. That's why it keeps falling down. But anyway, I'm going to look at you and point. If you see, the tape there is covering up a hole. There is pins and a grocery bag, and then all that painter's tape above. Because my son decided he didn't really want to have a shower, but he wanted to go in there and make it seem like he was going to have a shower. So he turned on the shower water. It sounded like he was taking a shower. And then all of a sudden, we heard a loud crash. That loud crash was him deciding to sit his ass on the fucking giant soap dish. Guess what? He sat on that. It shattered in about 5 pieces and broke out of the damn wall. So I've had to improvise to make sure people could still shower. I have no idea what to do with that hole other than what I've done. And the tape's starting to come out. So I'm going to have to redo it. But yeah. You have kids. If you happen to have a soap dish on the side, you better pay attention. They will sit on that shit and destroy your shower. Anyway. The point I'm getting at, I'm going to do something that I've done once before, but it's been a while. And also, it's going to be a very, very, very fancy glass. I'm going to show you that glass right now. So it's a champagne flute. Don't judge me. I don't have all my dishes washed yet. So, champagne flute. Take a look. Yes. Even though it's backwards, it does indeed say Titanic. Morgan, I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me for using your Titanic flute. Alright. We'll put this back down here. And the beer I'm going to have I'm only going to fill up that Titanic flute for this review you've had once before, but it's been a long time ago. And it's, coming from that time that Chris Blankenship gave me a normal Icehouse. I had always heard Icehouse, super cheap. It's a backroad beer, but honestly, it has more flavor than like a Natty Light or a Keystone Light, things like that. It's actually a darker flavor. Now, this one is more supposed to be like a malt beverage. There's Icehouse Edge, 8.0% alcohol by volume. Same brewer, same beer, just more alcohol. Let's go ahead and open it. I love that pop. Get a smell of the can. As before, it smells a lot like corn. But you can get a lot of that malty sweetness. There's no barley, but it's a lot of malt. Like, if you ever had... Okay, this is actually a much better malt liquor than what you can find in a lot of stores. Because it's much closer to a beer. And that's the thing. A lot of malt beverages taste like, have you ever had a Cobra? Have you ever had Hurricane? Have you ever had, a 40 ounce of Still Reserve? Even Still Reserve, though that if you're desperate and they're cheap, it's okay. It doesn't taste like a beer. This tastes like a beer with a hint of malt. That's a higher amount of ABV. But most beers are around 5%. This is 8%. So that's not much of a stretch. Alright, so let's go ahead and pour it into the fancy flute. The fancy flute. Now we got a pale yellow. And the head builds right at the end. As you can see, the problem is a lot of the bubbles are big. You see those? When you have large bubbles like that, head is going to dissipate pretty quickly. If we were up here, now it's down to here. I see it's already popped. But if you get in a bit more, it's almost like a champagne. I mean champagne with the bubbles, not champagne taste. Even Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, does not taste like champagne. But those are a lot of fast rising bubbles, as you can see. And it's gold, even. Like a champagne. Most of the head is gone. So you can probably think it's going to taste like a... almost like a light lager. But it's a malt liquor. I've never had this out of a fancy glass. Usually it's out of a can. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. Or no, let's start with the smell. See if it smells the same. Ooh. Mostly corn. And the weird part is, it doesn't seem possible, but it actually smells less crisp than what it looks like. It looks very, very crisp, right? It smells flat and malty that's about all you get. Like a good beer you left out for maybe like 3 days, back of your truck or side by side, after going on trails for about a day. Alright, I'm gonna give it a try. Cheers, guys. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. It's the carbonation is very, very light. There's a lot of malt. There's a touch of honey, which I didn't expect. But it's also thick. Okay, you know when you're doing like your deck and stuff, you lay down lacquer? Their first feel on your tongue is like a lacquer, but it only lasts a second, and it's like a light covering. Like you laid down lacquer and you sprayed it with a hose. You need some more. Okay. Well, in that second one, I got a bit of the liquor. Because it is a malt liquor. Like I've said before. And it's like the first part you get is thick, but after that it's light. It is kind of nice. It's just if you could get rid of that syrupy taste, which I think comes from the malt. There's some more. Yeah, there's a lot of syrupy sweetness. Which is weird, because I think the first time I did this, I detected some of the syrupy thick, but it didn't wash away like this one is. And it feels like when your first couple tastes, it feels like a blanket on your tongue. It's a layer. Sweetness, thick syrup. But by the time you go ahead and swallow it, it's gone. And you just get a light sweetness with a very, very small bite. I like that. That's good. Let's go ahead and pour some more in here. I'm going to do a hard pour this time. See what we get. Shoo! That's a lot of foam. But attracted a couple gnats. My bad. Look at that. That was a straight down pour. It looks like champagne. These bubbles rising up. This tall head. Let me do an experiment. See if it dissipates. You can't see it hardly. But definitely dissipated in the middle. Now it's like a cone. Let me try in your hair. See it breaking up into bigger bubbles? Alright, let's have a drink. With the head tall. I didn't do anything to make those big bubbles. So let's go ahead and have another taste. Cheers, guys. Oh. Damn. That's weird. That's a bad flat. It tastes flat there. I don't know. I mean, the flavor's okay. But with that drink, it tastes, there's a bit of a blanket of thick syrup. It didn't fully go away, but there wasn't a lot of taste. Just like a drink. So what I've gathered from this is something you're going to have to drink quick. Very quick. Which I'm sure, Chris, you do. Much like I have done with a normal Icehouse. But the edge, if you're going to pour it into something, you got to go quick. Because it's going to lose the crispness, even though there's bubbles rising up, and surprisingly, it's even going to lose flavor. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it around here. Yeah, I'm going to have a couple more slips. Okay, it's flat. Tastes very flat now. You got a lot of sweetness. Like a lot of sweetness. There is a slight taste of a copper. Like it's coming from a can. So it tastes kind of like something that's in a can at the end. There's a pinch of salt. Maybe a slight bit of caramel. And just a pinch of lime and salt. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, I mean, I want to take this last little bit, see if I can gather anything else from the taste. No, the longer it goes on, the lesser and lesser the bite becomes. The very end, in your first drink into your second drink, there's a bite, like on the tip of your tongue. It's very enjoyable. But after a while, in an open environment, this is how I've been drinking it usually. See? Closed cap. It's airlocked. That's how I've been using it.